You may be a new shooter, a longtime gun owner, or even a police officer or soldier. No personal defense handgun is fully equipped without a Crimson Trace laser sight or light. Get the confidence and reliability you need to protect family, home, and country. Call 800-442-2406 or visit crimsontrace.com for a free copy of our new laser training video, The Laser's Edge, Crimson Trace.
Today on Gun Talk, it's new products plus top trainers and shooters. There's a new gun factory, new holsters, new triggers, and hot new ammo. Plus, world champion shooters and trainers are here with tips to make you a better shot. All that and more straight ahead on Gun Talk and Lock and Load.
All righty, we're going to be talking about a lot of different things today. We got a huge lineup today of great guests, a lot of subject matter, trainers, shooters, competitors, people in the gun industry, people who know what's going on, talking about the new stuff that's going on. Actually today, and look, okay, here's some, all right, I pull the curtain back and you can see back behind it. We're not actually here right now when you're listening to us. We're actually, we're doing this show on Thursday because we're all flying to the SHOT Show as you're listening to this at the moment. Now, it's a new show. It's not an old show, brand new show, all new material, but you can't call in, okay? Simple as that, because we're doing this show on Thursday for airing on Sunday, so we could all go to the SHOT Show and get you the latest information there. So that's the story. That's what's really going on. A lot of things going on in the news. Actually, even as I speak today on Thursday, we'll see if Chris Christie can salvage his career. I hope not. Talk about your anti-gun rhino. I'd love to see him just simply go away with this debacle that he's involved in right now. Also, we see, this was a great story. Was it the police chief in Detroit? He says, concealed carry deters crime, saves lives. Hello. That'll work for you. Now, we did have a story that kind of got our attention, that gun crime has soared 35%. Now, I've been telling you it's down 40%. And here we see a story that says it's up 35%, and then I look a little harder and go, oh, yes, that's in, wait for it, England, where they have banned handguns, and they have all the kinds of gun control laws that the gun banners would like to have in the U.S. They say, well, we just need a national law because the problem is the guns come in from one state to another. Really? Well, how about if you had complete gun control and gun bans on an island? That way you could really keep all the guns out, except that their gun crime is up 35%. So how's that gun control thing working for you? A lot of things cooking. And, to get a look at the firearms industry, there's a guy that we really like to talk to because he really kind of has a broad overview of everything. Pete Brownell is the president and CEO of Brownells, the great, well, I don't even know, used to be a gun parts factory, Pete, but now you guys just pretty much do everything. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Tom. How you doing?
I am great. 75 years?
Yes, 75 years. We've been doing this for 75 years now.
You don't look that old.
So this is the year. Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't look that old, man. It's now started by your granddad.
Yeah. Back in his basement, back in his garage, where most great businesses start, at home.
Well, now, we used to say, okay, Brownells was a company that had parts and supplies for gunsmiths, but it's been a long time since that applies.
Yeah, we've really expanded as our customers have asked for more and more, and gunsmiths have been doing more and more in their shops, and a lot of home gunsmithing has been happening. Now we've really expanded into, ammo is a big example that we're expanding into.
Right.
We just expanded into kind of a preparedness market, backpacks and food and water and those types of things. Again, kind of a response from consumers that we help find products for, and it's just an ever evolving type of business as we start to listen more and more and get better feedback from people that are buying from us and looking for products and services and helps out there. So we've really started to expand what we do.
Well, okay, so help me figure out, in the what's hot, what's not categories, are AR-15s still hot with people decking them out and tweaking them?
Well, I'll tell you what's really going gangbusters. It is AR-15 still pretty pretty much a good market to be in, but it's not as hot as it was 12 months ago, as we probably can all surmise and assume.
Sure.
We start to see accessorization in handguards and optics. I'm telling you, a lot of people are trying out new optics for their AR-15s. A lot of new innovation in the marketplace is coming out on optics for AR-15s, not just the sights or the lasers, but the full-on long-range optics. They're taking the ARs and going out, that 500-yard type of shot, 600-yard type of shot right now. And the ammunition is following that trend as well. So it's not just, 223 is getting better, but there's a lot of AR platforms that are going 308, or doing blackouts, 300 blackouts, 300 Win Mags.
The 6.5s, all of that.
There.
Yeah, a lot of uppers,
and
a lot of and when we say optics, we're talking about scopes in this case because, look, our scopes used to be great, and they are. The old ones are still good, but they don't do what these new ones do. Because when you start, really, my kind of cutoff point is 400 yards. Up to 400, you can kind of hold on. You can hold over just a little bit. When you go past that, you really need to start dialing in, adjusting the crosshairs, the reticle. And now it becomes more science than Kentucky windage, and you need a high-quality scope that'll get you there.
Oh, you need good glass on it as well, and you need a good opening objective, and there's a lot that goes into a long-range optic, and there's a lot of companies out there now that get it and are producing quality glass out there. So it's something to look at. We see a big movement in it. Optics have always been kind of the third big category in the outdoor market. Of course, it's guns and ammo, and then optics. So we see optics really getting a long-range foothold.
Ah, okay.
So it's great, yeah.
Now, I mean, obviously, Brownell, 75 years in business. You still got the same kind of service you always had. You got great people there. I know a lot of your business has moved online, and that's a huge presence. But you're expanding. Tell people what you're doing.
We stayed in the town of Montezuma for 75 years. That's where my grandpa's house was that he started it in. Mm-hmm. And just this year, we have put on a 200,000 square foot warehouse in addition. Put it right up on Interstate 80 in a town called Brownell, really 20 miles away from where we originated.
Right.
Montezuma's off the main road through the United States by about 8 miles, and we figured that if we still wanted to keep that small town feel, we wanted to move up on Interstate 80, stay close to our roots, and Brownell fit. So a 200,000 square foot warehouse, because we kind of needed it with all the expansion that's been going on in the industry and in our business. And then we're also adding, and we're still developing the idea here on this, but it's really going to be a experimental and experience a showroom. I'll say showroom, not retail, a showroom. Okay. So you can come in, and a lot of things that we have been doing online, which are gun builders, gun techs. You can call in anytime you want and get some help on what fits, what works, what should I do with this project I'm working on, why buy this ammo. We're taking that phone experience, that online experience, and putting it into a showroom experience so you can actually come in and we'll walk you through a project. We'll educate you on how to do a trigger job or a scope alignment or how to clean, how to tear down, and we'll show you right then and there, either as a group of people or as an individual. We'll walk you through a project. We got a lot of technology that you can experience online that we're now going to have right there on display. So you can actually take what you did at home, drive by Interstate 80, stop in, and we'll bring up that project you've been working on at home through, say, the AR-15 builder, and we'll go through it right there and make sure you're doing the right things, and you can either continue on work on it online or buy the product right there, or we're trying to partner up with some local gunsmiths or your local gunsmith, so you can send the stuff to them and have them build the gun for you.
Now, when is that going to be operational?
There's the big question. This next year, probably October. Okay. All the technology is kind of there. We just need to make sure that it's the right type of experience when somebody walks in, and that's about October. The building will be done in September, but October is when we probably will open up.
Man, that sounds fabulous. I cannot wait to see it. We're going to get up there and shoot some video for the TV or something. We got to show what you're doing. Hey, Pete, I'm going to let you go. I know that you're in like full get ready for SHOT Show mode like the rest of us, and I will be seeing you in Vegas, man.
That's right, babe.
All righty. Look, congratulations on 75 years. That is great.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool.
It absolutely is. Pete Brownell from Brownells.com, BROWNELLS.com. I will see you in just a few days, my friend.
All right. Take care.
All right. You too. All righty. All right, don't go far. Gun Talk coming back. Talk about long-range shooting. Let's talk about the ammo you got to have for that.
You may be a new shooter, a longtime gun owner, or even a police officer or soldier. No personal defense handgun is fully equipped without a Crimson Trace laser sight or light. Get the confidence and reliability you need to protect family, home, and country. Call 800-442-2406 or visit crimsontrace.com for a free copy of our new laser training video, The Laser's Edge, Crimson Trace.
The Ruger American Rifle is a 100% American-made firearm that offers outstanding performance at a great price. Available in standard size and compact models, it features power-bedding integral bedding blocks, a Ruger Marksman adjustable trigger, a flush-fit 4-round rotary magazine, and a 3-lug bolt with 70-degree throw. Compact models feature a shorter length of pull and a shorter barrel for a reduction in overall length of more than 5 inches. The Ruger American Rifle, another rugged and reliable firearm from Ruger.
If you're looking for a safe and trusted way to sell your firearms, look no further than Dury's Gun Shop. I trusted them to sell my dad's collection. They built their business for over 50 years on honesty and customer service. Dury's Guns will buy any size collection or estate, none too big or too small. Selling your firearms to Dury's Guns is easy. Go with the pros. I trust Dury's Guns. DurysGuns.com.
Have you ever held a Walther? Walther handguns are an extension of your hand. From the moment you hold the ergonomic grip of a Walther, you feel the difference. Today, Walther continues its long tradition of expertise in firearm design with the introduction of 3 incredible new handguns: the smooth PPQM2, the tough PPX, and the cool PPKS22. Log on now at waltherarms.com. Walther at your favorite retailer.
Looking for shooting instruction but don't know where to go? Well, we have it, and you can access hours of training and safety videos, which you can watch on your home computer. On GunTalkTV.com, we have top competitive shooters, the best in self-defense trainers, and folks who have hunted all over the world, helping you learn which gun to buy, how to use it, how to store it safely, and everything else you need to be a safe and competent shooter. We also have gun makers showing off their newest rifles, shotguns, and handguns. Doesn't matter if you're a veteran shooter or a complete beginner. You'll find what you need at GunTalkTV.com. You can check it out for free, and you can get full access for only $5.95 a month. That gives you unlimited access to hundreds of videos, and we're adding more all the time. Run the videos over and over to make sure you understand what's being said. Skip around. You're in control. Get smarter, shoot better. Visit GunTalkTV.com.
Get online with Gun Talk now to enter the Timney Triggers giveaway. Grand prize is a $750 gift certificate to TimneyTriggers.com, and we'll draw for 10 Timney Triggers tension scales. Enter before Friday, January 31st at GunTalk.com/win.
All right, we were just talking with Pete Brownell, and he kept saying that one of the areas that really is growing is long-range shooting. People looking for optics, the new ammo available, and who better to talk about ammo designed for long-range shooting than a guy who actually has been pioneer in this world for quite some time, Jeff Hoffman from Black Hills Ammo. Hey, Jeff, how are you?
Hey, Tom. Good to be with you again.
Well, I appreciate it. I know that you're busy as all heck trying to get ready for SHOT Show, so I appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your day. You guys have got some new product. We ought to talk about that for just a second, and then we'll kind of get your crystal ball look at what 2014 brings for us.
That sounds good.
All right, what do you got?
Well, for the next year, we've got 2 new rifle things for precision shooting. We worked with our friends at Sierra to bring out some new bullets, and we've incorporated those into our ammunition. We've got we've taken some of their Match King bullets and added a polymer tip to it. By doing that, we gain some things. We gain a good bit in BC. We retain the same accuracy that the Match King bullets are known for, and we pick up we pick up quite a bit more consistency in on-target performance. We've taken a bullet that up until now has been strictly designed for shooting paper, although oftentimes it's used for other things and used with good effect, but we've improved the performance by making it more consistent when those bullets hit something. They perform more in the manner of, say, the Nosler ballistic tip or the Hornady AMAX bullets rather than an OTM design.
Well, now let me ask you, I mean, specifically, we're not talking about using these for hunting, are we? But they would be good for maybe sniper, counter-sniper work. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, law enforcement work, defensive work, and some hunting as long as you don't overuse the bullet. I wouldn't use them for, the 2 that we did is a 5.56-77, and we did a 308-175 Match King. That 308-175, I'd personally be comfortable using it for things up to the size of, say, mule deer, and certainly adequate for whitetail or antelope use.
Right. Okay, so you're going to get some expansion out of it, which you never knew with the Match Kings, because they weren't designed for that. I mean, to be fair, that's not what they were designed to do.
Absolutely, they weren't designed for that. They typically like the 175, it would have what in the industry we call a neck. That is, after it hits the target, say a ballistic gelatin block, the neck would be about 6 inches long. That's the period from when it hits the block until the temporary cavity starts. And so you're not getting that wound cavity early on in the area where you want it. Say if you're shooting an antelope, you'd be penetrating 6 inches before you had anything happening.
Right. All right, so we've got some great products, and obviously, I mean, Black Hills keeps making wonderful products for a lot of different types of shooting, and people can check that out at Black Hills website. It's black-hills.com. But you said that, you're okay looking into your crystal ball and telling us what you think we're looking at for 2014 for the industry and maybe even for ammo.
I felt that was something that your listeners would probably be really interested in. It's something that's imperative for all of us in the business to do our best to look at a crystal ball and figure out what's the year going to bring so we can prepare for it and make sure that we've got components on hand and we're able to improve our customer service, which, quite frankly, Tom, has really been lacking over the past 2 years. The whole industry's been running so hard that it's embarrassing when somebody calls up and wants to buy ammo and you say, I'll get right on it, I'll deliver it sometime next year. That's really an unacceptable answer.
Yeah, that's not good enough. Well, now let me just tell you, we got about 2 minutes left, so put on your prognosticator hat and tell me what you see.
To be real concise, I think the situation is going to improve. However, I expect some challenges getting product, everybody getting what they want. That problem is going to last throughout 2014. At the end of the year, we're all going to be in much better shape. There'll be shorter delivery times, but this thing is not going to slam shut or hit a brick wall like it did back in the mid-'90s. There just is not enough product out there to meet the current demand. It's going to get better, but we're still going to be facing some challenges for the next year.
That's interesting, because I've been telling people, I said, look, it's not going to be like last year, but it would not be a bad idea for you to consistently start buying ammo and make sure that, don't go hoarding, you don't go buy hundreds of thousands of rounds, but it might be a good idea to go ahead and start building up your personal supply while you can. And that sounds like kind of what you're saying.
Yeah, there's going to be better availability, but this problem is not going to end just because we're in a new year. There are some indications it's slowing, but the demand backlog is so huge that everybody in the industry has got huge back orders, and we're still going to be busy at the end of the year and still having some back orders, but our delivery will be better.
Okay. The long-range shooting is still hot?
That's really popular. There's a lot of people that have got on board with long-range shooting, and they really enjoy the challenge of the game. It's kind of like ballistic golf, I guess.
Yeah, and it's the thing that makes it interesting is that it's difficult. I mean, because honestly, if you get to be a pretty decent shot, shooting something at 300 yards is just not that hard anymore. But you start stretching out to 600, and things don't get like twice as hard. They get 10 times as hard, don't they?
Yep, and out to 6, it's not too tough for a guy with a little bit of training. But every 100 yards after that, it is more than just 100 yards. It gets progressively tougher. And to clarify, we're not talking about shooting deer at those ranges. We're talking about for sport, shooting targets, rocks, steel targets, things like that.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I am not a proponent of hunting at those distances. If you're going to be a hunter, get closer. It's kind of where I end up. And I know you make the products, but I'm glad to hear you say the same thing. This is for sports shooting. Are there any like big innovations out there, or is it what I keep telling people? I say, look, good ammo is good ammo, and ignore the gimmicks because there's always gimmicks out there, aren't there?
There are, and there are constant gradual improvements in ammunition. In recent years, there's been tremendous strides in temp stability, and people ask, what difference does that make? Powder works. It's always worked for me no matter what temperature it is. But when you think of the environment for the weapon, inside of, say, an AR-15, that chamber can reach 300 degrees within about 4 magazines. And in recent years, there's been tremendous strides on how ammunition reacts when it's subjected to that temperature. Imagine a round sitting in a chamber once you've got that gun good and hot, sitting there for a minute or two. Hot. And that can definitely affect ballistics. And the powders are getting better all the time on putting up with that sort of thing. They're also increasing on the capability, the performance levels of bullets. It used to be nobody tested the bullets, so there wasn't a real demand to improve it. Now,
yeah, exactly. Hey, Jeff, I hate to do this to you, but we're hitting our break here. Tell you what, let's pick this up at SHOT Show. I'm going to come by and see your booth, and we'll yak a little bit, okay?
Sounds real good, Tom. Look forward to seeing you down there.
All righty, best to you, and I will see you in Vegas, my friend. Black Hills Ammo. Boy, do they make good stuff. Hey, don't go far when we come back. Well, we keep talking about long-range shooting and some other stuff.
Have you taken your family, friends, and kids shooting lately? You're listening to Tom Gresham's Gun Talk, and we'll be right back. Want to be a guest on the show? Drop us a line at info@guntalk.com. You're listening to Gun Talk with Tom Gresham.
All right, back with you. Now, I told you earlier, just pay attention. We're not actually here when you're hearing us right now. We're actually doing this show a couple of days early, running it on Sunday live, because we're all, as you're listening to this, we're all on our way to SHOT Show. Okay, so we're headed to Las Vegas where all the new products are going to be introduced and all of that. But I was able to wrangle some friends who are busy getting ready for SHOT Show, taking a few minutes out of their day to chat with us. 2013 was fascinating because, of course, guns were selling like crazy, ammo was selling like crazy, and we had, for the first time in a long time, gun companies that said, you know what, we're going to expand. And I want to talk about what's involved in essence, building a new gun factory. Bud Fini is joining us now from Sig Sauer. They're doing exactly that. Hey, Bud.
Tom, how are you?
Well, I'm good. I guess the question is, how are you doing, having escaped from 2013?
Surviving, I guess, is the only word I would use at this point. That's the bright and high side of it. Everything else after that is downside.
It truly was one of those good news, bad news years, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the industry, it was probably the best year in the history of the industry. I've been around it for almost 40 years now. I just remember nothing like it. And here at SIG, we've had 3 or 4 good years on top of that to begin with because of our growth situation. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, in the middle of the busiest year going that ever existed, we've decided to expand our facility to a neighboring town 16 miles away from Exeter up into Newington, New Hampshire, and double our footprint. We just moved into a 206,000 square foot building up here with all new production facilities and everything. And we were actually shuffling machines back and forth in order to keep the production lines going and not shut the machines down. We got pretty good at it. We could move a machine 16 miles away and have it up and running the next morning. So
that's incredible.
It's been quite a year.
Well, okay, so what's involved? I mean, you, in essence, built a new gun factory. So what's involved in doing that? Well, I mean, you start with a big building. It's a big empty thing. And obviously you got to move equipment in, but I suspect that the real key is the design and the flow and the movement of products and parts and all of that.
You're 100% correct. And what we learned, by running our Exeter facility, and again, I stress that SIG in the United States now has really blossomed, and we are the company here. We're a U.S.-based manufacturer, and 95% of the product is made here. And that's occurred over the last 10 years. And during that, having inherited an older facility, we learned a lot. And we made a lot of notes. And, it's kind of one of those things you do. If I ever get the chance to buy a new car, this is what I want in that car. I want a stereo, or I want a high-def radio, or I want this, I want that. And so we learned a lot. And we got a chance to inherit this building. It had been vacant for 5 years. This enormous building, 206,000 square feet, is a big building, let me tell you. And key and paramount for us was to improve workflow, because if the workflow improves, the processes improve, the output is greater. And it's all about output, as you know. I mean, especially when the demand is that high, to be able to get 15, 20% more output out of the same square footage, out of the same number of machines, et cetera, in addition to the expansion, pays huge dividends for the manufacturer in being able to service the market.
And somebody told me something once that really shocked me. This was actually in a different field, in aviation, but he said, the faster we make product, the more efficient we are, the better the actual end product becomes. And that surprised me.
That's 100% true, and part of that is the equipment. I mean, there isn't a machine in this building. We did move some from the old building, but we put $52 million in investment in here. So most of the machines are less than a year old. These machines, as we turn them over from the older machines, are designed and bred to run faster, like a racehorse, and they run at optimal speeds, and they produce higher quality materials than ever before. It's really that simple. Better cutting tools on them, more modern everything. The speeds, the self-adjustment the machine does, as opposed to the manual adjustment we used to have to do. I mean, the list is endless on how you can improve the output and efficiency and the end product, the quality of it.
Well, that brings me to something I have said for several years, and I don't know that people either believed me or they got it. And I keep saying this. I think that the products being turned out, generally speaking, in the whole firearms industry, are better now than they've ever been in history.
Well, again, speaking as having been in this industry 40 years and having used their products longer than that, I can attest to that, Tom, absolutely. I mean, we come from a German-Swiss heritage here. But the products we produce today are better than ever before. The tolerances are closer, the function, the durability. I mean, we are running endurance testing, constantly as we speak, and we see what the firearms are capable of tolerating versus what they could before. And there's a reason why, the Navy SEALs and the list is endless. We use it all the time. These people use our products because they have that inherent accuracy and durability. That's another thing. The accuracy's improved.
Now,
it's just amazing. We just ran a batch of rifles here for a contract, but it's the same rifle again that we're going to start selling here at the SHOT Show. It's a new model introduction. Mm-hmm. The average. Now this is an AR rifle, is 0.6 tenths of an inch at 100 yards.
The average is 0.6?
Yes, we had some as low.
Smoke.
I saw some as 0.166. And this is with standard factory ammo, ball ammo, not high performance, just standard factory ball ammo. In that case, it happened to be Winchester. That these guns, and it wasn't one or two guns. We're talking about several thousand here.
So, and this is, obviously, we're going to be talking about this when we're at SHOT Show. We'll be able to do the announcement there. And I want to steal your thunder right now. I guess the other thing is, is concealed carry still huge for pistol makers?
Yeah, well, I can't speak for everyone, but I can tell you for us, we have not seen, AR business has slowed down. But pistol business is still very, very strong, and the concealed carry pistols, markets that we just entered into 3, 4, 5 years ago, those products are still selling just as much. I mean, it's just amazing to me, the 238, the number of guns we still sell in that 380 gun. Just incredible.
And I think, the 380s are hot. Probably the small 9s, like, is it the 938 you got?
938 as well, yes.
That is an amazing pistol. It is so small and shoots so well and shoots a full 9mm. I mean, I just think that is an area that just people are going to continue to flock to.
Mm-hmm. And again, that's part of our growth here is that we've expanded into markets that we didn't play in. SIG, as people remember SIG, years ago, it was basically a 226 or a 229 or a 228 or 225, things like that. And now, the breadth of the line, I mean, there's over 350 line items in the firearms price list right now.
Oh, and it's incredible. I tell you what, Bud, I know you got to get going and make sure that everything is ready for SHOT Show. I'll let you do that, and then we'll get together there, and I know we're going to be talking about new SIG products when we do our show live from the floor there. Look forward to it, Tom. Take care. All right, we'll see you there, my friend. All right, don't go far. When we come back, we're going to be talking about, some more stuff that's going on. New products, things that will make you a better shooter. Simple as that. I'm Tom Gresham. This is Gun Talk.
At Double Tap Ammunition, we hand inspect every round that we make, and we use only the best components to give you the best ammunition on the market. Try us out at www.doubletapammo.com and use the promo code GUNTALK for 10% off your order.
Crossbreed Holsters is broadening our product selection to serve more of your concealed carry needs. With products handmade in the USA, like the bedside backup, gun belts, and of course our world-famous Super Tuck and Mini Tuck holsters, we understand what works, and we take pride in providing you with a quality product. At Crossbreed Holsters, we live and breathe concealed carry. We make and sell products that we believe in and products that our customers love. To see more, go to crossbreedholsters.com. That's crossbreedholsters.com.
If you carry a gun, you need training. Your concealed carry class was definitely not training. But time, money, and obligations keep you from spending days at a shooting school. The trusted folks at Gun Talk can help. Concealed Carry 1, our DVD featuring the VADA Group, covers what gun, what holster, how to carry, where to wear your gun, and much more. Visit shopguntalk.com. That's shopguntalk.com. Look, this really is life and death. Learn how to stay aware, how to get away, and how to fight if you must. At shopguntalk.com, you can get the 2 DVD set, including Fighting with the 1911 with Tiger McKee. No matter what gun you carry, this vital training info can save your life. Learn the draw, the stance, reloading, vital gear from Gun Talk. That's shopguntalk.com. shopguntalk.com.
Successful hunters know big bucks move early and late, often when it's too dark for common scopes. When that monster steps out, you might see him through the scope, but the crosshairs disappear. All that work and you can't take the shot. But with the Trijicon AccuPoint scope, you'll get the shot. Its bright aiming point glows in daylight or darkness. No batteries needed. AccuPoint scopes are water-resistant and nitrogen-filled, feature multi-layer coated lenses for the brightest image, and you can adjust brightness of the aiming point to match the conditions. Adding 10 or 15 minutes to each end of the day can double the magic moments when the trophies move. You can't hit the target if you can't see the sights. Trijicon AccuPoint scopes. Check out the different models at Trijicon.com or call 1-800-338-0563. Brilliant aiming solutions from Trijicon.
Accurate, powerful, consistent. At Double Tap Ammunition, we offer 364 loads in 83 calibers that give you exactly what you've been looking for. Try us out at www.doubletapammo.com and use the promo code GUNTALK for 10% off your order.
If Gun Talk is ever preempted by a sporting event on your local station, you can download the current show or any show on our website. Log on to guntalk.com and click listen. Now, more Gun Talk.
I love talking about guns and scopes and ammo and accessories and all the fun stuff out there. Anything that makes it more fun or makes you a better shooter. We're all about that. By the way, just got a news release emailed to me like 30 minutes ago. Taurus introducing a new revolver. This is one of those that's kind of one of those head scratchers. You go, huh. It has a transparent side plate on it so that, obviously polymer of some sort, so that you can see the inside of your revolver, springs, moving parts, levers, bars, whatever. I don't know that you want to be looking at it while you're shooting, but it's kind of an interesting thing. It really falls into one of those, I'm not sure why they're doing it, but then again, why the heck not? If it's fun, if it's cool, let's do it. Which kind of brings us to just becoming a better shooter. We were just talking with Bud Fini from Sig, and he said they've got a new AR-15 that's averaging .6 at inch groups. Averaging. Well, you can't shoot that kind of groups unless you can control your gun. So I'm going to bring in Chris Ellis now from Timney Trigger to talk about, really, Chris, it's all about being able to control your rifle. Otherwise, what good is all of that accuracy?
You're exactly right, Tom.
So obviously that's what Timney Triggers is all about, is giving you, and I know people go, well, yeah, okay, my rifle came with the trigger, why do I need another? And it's about finer control and more precision and being a better shooter.
It's all about becoming more accurate with your rifle. Your rifle and you are a team. It's about putting the components together to make you get the most accuracy as possible, and that's what Timney likes to do to help folks.
I do not envy you, honestly, trying to explain to people the difference between a mediocre trigger and an excellent trigger, because it's like you're explaining this thing and they're looking at you like, and I know you've got these demo units. When you put it in their hands, they get it. I mean, it's just like, oh, holy cow, wow. But how in the world do you explain it to people when you don't get to put it in their hands?
It's a joy and a curse. Every year we introduce a new line of triggers, and people get to feel it, and when they feel it, the light goes off, right? They're like, this is exactly what I want. And then they start thinking, well, I want all my rifles to feel this way. But you're exactly right. You're exactly right. How do you describe in words? How do you describe the connection between your eye, your brain, and the trigger? And it's tough to do. But the fun thing is when you introduce somebody and they get it, it's contagious. And they become evangelistic about what a Timney or what a good trigger should feel like.
You're right. They not only do they become evangelistic, they can never go back, can they?
That's right. That's right. Because, ultimately we're looking for the edge. As hunters and shooters, we do a lot of things between hand loading and trying the perfect optics and that kind of stuff to squeeze as much accuracy out as possible. So when we unlock the mystery of becoming more accurate with your firearm, it's kind of a neat thing.
Yeah, there's one other thing. I know people say, well, I don't really do like long range, or I don't do fine shooting for small groups on paper. I'm just a hunter. And for that guy, I would say, actually, you need it more than anybody else. And Chris, I'll tell you what, let's do. I got to hit a break here, but when we come back, we want to do two things. I want to talk about the value of a good trigger for hunters, because I think they may actually benefit more than anybody. And also, we'll talk about your new stuff. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
Okay, now I know that Chris has been known to go hunting occasionally, and I'm just going to kind of go ahead and tip you off. Hunters benefit from having a good trigger probably more than people who shoot off of a bench. And I'll let you kind of stew on that, but I bet you can figure it out. It's all about, really, you know what it is? It's about having the gun go off at exactly the microseconds you want it to. And when you can do that, you can hit your target. As simple as that. By the way, we're talking with Timney Triggers. You can check them out on the web, Timney, Timney Triggers.com. Be right back.
You don't have to agree with Tom to participate in the show. Call now with any of your concerns about guns, gun rights, or particular firearms, or suggestions for your shooting activity or personal protection. 1-866-825-5486. Gun Talk is coming right back.
All right, we're talking with Chris Ellis from Timney Triggers. Chris, talk about the reason that hunters really can benefit from good triggers. It's all about having it go off exactly when you want, and that's especially true for offhand and running shots, isn't it?
That's correct. Unfortunately, we don't get to carry the bench and the sandbags when we go hunting every time. But as hunters, we're looking for the edge, and we're looking for our maximum point blank or a maximum effective range to be able to hit that 4-inch circle or that 6-inch circle of the vital of an animal. And whether you practice off sticks or practice prone off a backpack, squeaking out that accuracy means all the difference in the world to give you that confidence when the animal walks out, the mule deer walks out at 250 yards. You say, I know this shot, I've made this shot, the tool I have in my hand and myself are as most accurate as we can be, and we're ready to go.
Confidence, all about the confidence. All right, now tell me what's new.
We got 2 new series this year. I'm super excited. I love this time of year because the first one is our customer choice. And what happens throughout the year, customers call us, email us, send us notes, and they're asking us, hey, will you build this trigger? And we call it, what trigger would you like to build next? So we've kind of got 3 cool triggers this year under our customer choice offerings. One's a replacement trigger for Mossberg 100 ATR, which is kind of a cool trigger. And then Remington Model 7 replacement trigger, which is a neat little fine rifle, especially for hunters.
Yeah,
and then one that came really quickly is a new replacement trigger for the Tavar rifle, the new bullpup rifle that's kind of got people going crazy. That it's only been out a short amount of time, but our customers were really evangelistic about, hey, will you build a good replacement trigger for that rifle platform? So I'm excited about that one because I don't know that much about it.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
And then our other series of triggers, which is kind of cool. You've met Calvin, the head engineer at Timney.
Right.
And Calvin has had this trigger design in his brain for a long time, and we're bringing it to market this year, and it's called the Calvin Elite Series of Triggers. And what it is, it's the absolute best triggers that we can make right now. I mean, it's a robust little trigger that can be set down to ounces. It is a neat trigger. And we're making 2 in that series this year, one for the Model 700 and one for the Model 7.
Wow. Now, I mean, you've been making great triggers for a long time, and when you say this is the best trigger we can make, you really get my attention.
Yeah, and this is Calvin, our head engineer. This is his dream, and John Veer, the owners, let him run with it, and it's going to be a neat series of triggers. I look forward to the future where this series goes, what models it comes out in. This is going to be neat. But this is for, a shooter or hunters demanding the utmost performance from the trigger, a real robust design, but yet super delicate when it comes to pull weight and feel. This is a higher-end trigger we're extremely excited about.
This is a new design.
Yep, this is a Calvin Motley design, thus the Calvin Elite Series.
Okay, so when are these going to be available?
The Elite Series are available now, both the Model 700 and the Model 7. And then our customer choice, they're available now. The Tavar is going to be available in February. But we're going to display all these triggers at the upcoming SHOT Show. We'll be ready to go.
Sounds good. The Tavar, for those who don't know, is a bullpup design from IMI, made in Israel. Fascinating design, and a lot of people are interested. Heck, I'm interested in them because now you can have something that's as short as an SBR without having to pay for the NFA tax on the thing. So that is outstanding. Chris, I will see you in Vegas in a very few days, my friend.
We'll be there. I'll be the big tall guy with the hat on and ready to shake your hand.
There you go. Listen, you take care, and we'll see you in Sin City.
Hey, appreciate your time, Tom.
All right, you take care. Triggers. A lot of people don't think about them. I will just tell you, once you get a good one, it changes how you think about this stuff. You become, honestly, you become a little bit of a trigger snob because you just think, I don't want to shoot a bad trigger anymore. I know that I can't be as accurate. It's not as much fun. I don't have the confidence. When you have the confidence, you walk out there and you go, yeah, if I see it, I can get it. I literally have that kind of feeling when I go out with my rifles with good triggers. Simple as that. If I see it, and if it's in any kind of reasonable range, I know I can get it. That's what having a good trigger is really all about.
No black helicopters here, just the facts about gun rights and gun ownership. This is Gun Talk.